In this clip, we want to talk about how you can apply a filter to the associated program drop-down list. This is a list that appears in the lower left corner of the service details page, service delivery form, so that your users can, instead of having to scroll through a lengthy list of programs to find the one they're looking for in this list, a filter can be set on that so that and that's on a per user basis, so that they have a much shorter list of programs to choose from. The first step in being able to do that is to set up a defined filter in the programs form for the set of program instances that you want. So let's go to the forms, programs, bring up that programs form, and then go to the third page, the details page, which is where we have a list of program instances. Now you have to be logged in as a system administrator to do this. But in order to create a new filter, on this Limit by Current button, you right-click, you'll get a pop-up menu, and choose Create or Edit a Filter. Now, in this list, and we already have it set up here, but we want to set up a filter condition based on the provider column in the list of program instances. So we'll say that the provider is like, and then you can click the Values button to see a list, and we're going to scroll down here and find third place center is the one that we're looking for, and the left-hand column then is simply the internal ID code for that third place center. So we're going to say OK on this, and it will put that code in here. And then if we didn't have this in here already, we could click Add to List, and it would put it in again for us. So let's get rid of one of those. Or if it is there already, like it is now, you could just click Edit List, and it will change the update the listing in the selection criteria. Now we want to save this with a name. So in this title box, you would type in the name of the saved set of conditions that will then become available to you to use in other places, such as the filter conditions on the associated program drop-down list. So we've already got it typed in here. We'll click Save and Apply. And then you see that we have applied it in this form itself. And on the provider column, scrolling up and down here, they're all listed as third place center. Now, to remove that filter, you simply click the Limit by Current button again, and it will go back to the unfiltered condition. Now, to apply that in the service delivery form, then, we have to be logged in as the user that this filter is going to be applied for. So if you look at Help and About, and we'll see that we're logged in as Ray Roper. You'll want to check that. You may have the users do this themselves, or as a system administrator, you can log in as them and then do it. And the way you get that filter is to use the little filter button that appears above the associated drop-down list in all cases where it appears. So we're going to right-click that filter button. We're going to say Set Filter, and then we can choose from this list, and it will have the one that we just put in, Provider Third Place Center. We say Apply, and now you'll notice, and it has been applied, which I'll show you in just a second, but notice one other curious thing that occurred here is that the existing associated program listing went away. That's simply because that listing is not included in the filter conditions as they exist right now. So the program text box underneath the associated program will show you the actual record as it exists for this particular service delivery entry, even though that can't show up in the associated drop-down list itself now, simply because it's filtered in the current assignment for that field value for this record is not included in the set of filtered conditions. But if we open up this drop-down list, we'll see that all of them are third place center as the provider. So you can scroll up and down through that entire list, but it is filtered to only those that are provider third place center. Now if we choose one here, then it will change the record and show it in the list, and when we save it, it'll update. Okay, well, yes, we're getting the enrollment pop-up, so we're going to say OK on that. Now it updates the text box, and the text box in this case is not needed because the program does show up in the drop-down list, so the text box goes away. That procedure for setting filter conditions then can be done individually and separately for each individual user as they log into the service delivery form.